Hi there and welcome at Agile Assets. Let me give you a quick walkthrough to get you started should you be new to Agile Assets. Okay, once you log in, this is the screen you're going to see. This is the overall dashboard overview where you see the status of your assets, where you see how many assets still need what, how to proceed directly, see an overview of your calendars and tags, as well as upcoming campaigns and content pillars. Okay, so also you're going to have direct access to the calendars. I'm going to show you in a second how to do that. There is also going to be a list overview that you can search where you can find all your social media posts, but in a line below each other. There's going to be the big picture view. I'm going to show you how they will look like once they're in use later. And there's also, that is really important, a help focused page where you can find all the links to our tutorials, to our FAQs, etc., etc. So this should get you well equipped. How to get started. So I suggest you go first to your settings, and then in settings, you're going to see which package you booked and what that includes and what the status of that is. You can also still change name or email, password, and you can also upload a logo to be used in the upper left corner. Then there's going to be the channels, and this is actually really easy. Normally, you would just click on connect. There's going to be a pop-up window. The pop-up window is going to tell you once you're connected. You can close the pop-up window, refresh the page, and you're going to see your channels. What is a really important hint is to make sure that you're already logged into the channels that you want to connect. So if, for example, your LinkedIn personal profile is also connected with certain company pages, make sure you're connected via that profile and then hit on connect. Same accounts also for all the others. Important detail also, Instagram connections will only work for business profiles. So if you want to connect your Instagram, it's not working, chances are it is not set on professional level yet, then just switch that and it should be totally fine. Also here, it is important to log into Facebook parallel because via meta structure, the Facebook and Instagram accounts are normally connected in the background, and it works much better if you're logged into both of them before you try to connect. Okay. So with that, you're basically good to go. So let's set up the first content calendar. Okay. So yeah, let's create a new calendar. We give the calendar just any name, like for example, Christine at LinkedIn. We can choose a certain color. You can make that according to your favorite company colors, whatever you want. And then we save it. Let's reload. Okay. And this here and save. Okay. Now we got our first calendar. You can select your calendar here. You can obviously also create additional calendars. You can name them however you want. And let's just see how it works to get some posts in here. Do have a fun meme here. Just going to type something in. You do have a chance to give that tags, for example, like, okay, that is a meme. That might be useful. You can also research here for hashtag ideas, or you can even load the picture via media URL, or you can have a bulk upload from Excel if you want to upload a whole campaign. We're going to give you tutorials on that in detail. Okay, so just hit save. Let's do another one. Let's do another single element. Okay, I have a fun one here where we played around with how Coco Chanel's office was supposed to look like. Okay, we give that a hashtag tag in that case, so we know it's about AI, and we save it. Okay, so what you can do now is simply drag and drop them from over here, give them a time, add them to the calendar. Same here. And then, for example, within the week view, simply move them around however you say fit. Okay, can zoom out again. There you go. Okay, what else can you do here? You can, for example, add a campaign. Let's do a Santa Claus campaign for Xmas, and let's say it begins today and it will last till 23rd. It does not repeat. We give that a nice green color, and we do not add it to other calendars for now. Okay, see, that is how quickly you set up a campaign. You might want to turn your social media strategy into content pillars, meaning certain topics that you deal with weekly basis. Sorry, wrong button. Also hit campaign. Use anything, for example, something around leadership. Say you want to repeat that on a Thursday. You want that to be a royal blue. And let's repeat that during the next 3 months. And hit save. And there you go. You have your markup for that content pillar. Okay. This is the most things you need to know here at the moment. Here you can add another calendar. Here you can choose to also import with Canva. Also here, when you do the first connection, make sure you're logged into Canva first, and then easily just choose your layouts over there and import them directly. Also here, you can download the whole calendar, for example, for a certain range. You can go ahead and map the calendar, meaning combining certain variations of the posts with certain calendars. It's a bit, next level. So we're going to give that an extra tutorial. Okay. So when you hit the navigation button with the writing pen, this is going to give you the linear view of the posts, your post library. And here you can always go for a search. You can filter for the tags that you have, like this, for example. You can also filter for posts that are already mapped or not mapped. You can filter for those that have been published such a long time ago that you can easily republish them. And that sets you up to easily shoot from the hip whenever you want to. Okay, so this is also an interesting feature. So you can here decide to simply shoot directly. You just choose your channel. You say to which calendar this should be added, and you say shoot, and it's going to be published immediately. Whereas here in the calendar, as long as it's just mapped like here, it's not going to shoot yet. But if I put that on an active status here for any of those channels, and I'm scheduling it, this is going to shoot the post then. Once you've activated that, you're going to see the red little clock, and this is going to tell you that it is scheduled. However, that doesn't mean you can't still move it around, which is exactly the point, to stay agile as long as possible. Okay, so if there are any changes suddenly coming up, no problem at all. Okay, let's head over to the big picture view, this now starts to fill up, and it will show you what's on the calendar by brand. Okay, see here, it's all posts, and this is going to give you the ability to check whether the overall storyline is working out. Okay, that is actually already it for getting started. Also, whenever you have any questions, just hit the light bulb, check in our help center, search for whatever topic you're looking for, use our FAQs here, and or check out the tutorials. Feel always free to use the chat button. We're, having that also on mobile. We're really taking care to, make sure it's not going to take a long time till we answer that. And yeah, we hope you have a good start and enjoy. Okay, let me show you around a little bit how things will look once you're up and running with the whole system. So here in the dashboard overview, you're always going to find the page you're on here on the left being highlighted. On the dashboard overview, you're going to see how many assets you have, how many posts you stored. Then there's going to be an overview of what to do next. You could go to the creation page if you want to focus on creating posts, or you could go to the mapping page if you want to map posts across the calendar, or you could simply complete posts that are not quite completed yet. There's an overview of the calendars, an overview of the tags used, and you can always choose to go directly for a filter of them. There is the upcoming campaigns and content pillars and in an overview here. And you can also go ahead and, for example, add or remove calendars. You're also going to see who's on there as a user. As I already mentioned, any basic settings are going to be found here. And then in the calendar, once you got more posts, it's going to look like this here. You're going to have your posts here on the left as thumbnails. It's going to show whether they are already scheduled or not. So here, for example, if there's no picture and then it's just copy, it's going to show this little thumbnail, or it's going to indicate what kind of format that is. So this here is, for example, a PDF, and these here, for example, are slides for Instagram. Okay, so here on the right, you see content pillars and campaigns in action. And obviously, one can have a look at one or several calendars at the same time. Also, in the creation page, it's not going to differ so much versus where you get started out. However, what you're going to notice over time is that you obviously can use several actions up here where you can bulk add tags, or you can simply delete, or you can add variations. Variations are used for language variations or channel variations. For example, if you have a shorter or longer version for different channels. Here you see an example where I have a longer and a shorter version. It could also be a different language version, for example. And here is the brand overview. Basically, like looking at it from afar. And here you can easily tell that I have chosen one calendar per brand. So here, for example, it shows you the overweight brand posts. And you can easily see that this is quite different from the So Christine brand that you can see here. And that has a totally different look and feel. Why is that important? It is important because over time, you're going to need to play around a bit with different formats and different kind of media and so on. And social media kind of asks for this. Okay, we can't just go ahead and put a logo everywhere and then say, okay, now it's on brand. This is not going to work. At the same time, while being a bit more creative with branding than one would probably have been in the past, we still need to make sure that the overall look and feel stays on brand. So this is what you can do here. Yeah, so overall, this is a very first intro. You're going to get sent several emails with hints and tips for how to get started. We have lots of tutorial videos already on YouTube. We are filling in the FAQ sessions over time. And if you should have any individual question, please feel free to reach out down here via the chat button. Okay, we're always happy to help. Thanks so much. I hope you're going to have an enjoyable and agile time with Agile Assets. See you. Bye.